A lovely and warm welcome to the news on Hope Channel Zambia television that changes lives. Stories making headlines in our news today. Health Minister Sylvia Masebo says the ZAMSA and ZAPA Acts are contributing to delayed delivery of medical supplies in hospitals. Those in exam classes to resume classes next week at the gutted Kapiri Girls Secondary School in Central Province. A family life expert calls on couples to work on marital differences than opting to a second marriage. Government has called on journalists to exercise media ethics and conduct in their duty. And the local authority in Kazungula district of Southern Province has called on farmers in the district to diversify crop growing. These stories plus more coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Niamini.
Eh?
Ihe daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions. Maya kunkabuno bwino mwamene.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kynoplus as top-dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons. But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for. Wow. It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bright SINKOZI with the details. George KALIMUKWA is on sign language. Health Minister Sylvia Masebo has attributed challenges of failing to procure medicine and other vital equipment on time to unfavorable pieces of legislature and corruption in the system. The minister says ZAMSA and ZAPA Acts have made the procurement process very long, which is a risk to the lives of people. The minister was speaking when she addressed the Presidential Delivery Unit, which is currently sitting to make interventions on drug supply. She has since urged the unit to quickly address the issues and see to it that the procurement process is reduced. She says her ministry has taken a step to amend some of the legislation that is hindering quality health delivery services across the country. The minister said her ministry is hoping that the delivery unit will help in coming up with resolutions that will make procurement processes faster.
And so with this unit, it will help us to unlock those hurdles. What are these hurdles, for example? They're articulating the challenges. And most of the challenges that they have articulated in their session is correct. But what I was adding to those hurdles is 1, issues of corruption. 2, issues of the Act, the ZAMSA Act, for example. The second is the ZPPA Act. These pieces of legislation also have made the process of procurement very long. Now, it's okay to have a long procurement process if you are buying desks. But when it comes to issues of drugs, you don't need those kind of processes because they're cumbersome, they are long. And our hope as a ministry is that this unit will help us to quickly come up with resolutions that will make us see that the process of procurement of drugs or hospital equipment are reduced. And as a ministry, we have already made the first step. And part of the step is to amend some of the pieces of legislation. I think that's the issue I'm talking about. The other issue, obviously, is the human factor. where even the law is good. People, for example, the EGP. The EGP is good. It's a good process because it makes the procurement process transparent. Okay? But you find that some people don't want to use it, okay? And they'll say it's cumbersome. They are lying. It is simply that they prefer to do things behind closed door.
Government has reopened Kapiri Girls Technical Boarding Secondary School for examination classes only. On May 18th, 2023, government closed the school due to the infernal accidents that occurred at the school. Speaking at a press briefing, Education Minister Douglas Siagarima said the fire caused severe damage that amounted to over 300,000 kwacha. Mr. Siagarima says the pupils are expected to report back to school on June 19th, 2023. He urged the pupils, parents and the general public to remain calm as investigations are still being carried out by the Zambia police.
On the 18th of May 2023, government took the undesired decision to close Kapiri Girls Technical Boarding Secondary School due to incidences of fires on 3 occasions in the same month of closure. The fires caused damage amounting to over 700,000 kwacha. The unfortunate developments forced the ministry to temporarily close the school to allow for investigations and to also ease the girls and the parents' stress due to this continued infernos. We have now come to a point where we have to reopen the school. Although there was damage which the school suffered, you may wish to know that not all the dormitories were gutted. I have therefore decided to reopen the school partially to allow the critical examination grades, that is grade 9 and grade 12, to resume classes on the 19th of June 2023. The grades 9 and 12 are hereby directed to report to their school on Sunday, 18th June 2023 without fail. This measure is meant to ensure that these pupils don't fall way behind in their lesson schedules. You may wish to know that a preliminary report has been submitted, but investigations are still ongoing. In the meantime, I would like to assure parents, Kapiri girls learners and the general public of maximum security provided by the Zambia police. As soon as investigations and renovations are concluded, we will facilitate for the remaining grades to join their fellow learners.
In other news, a renowned marriage counselor and family life expert or coach, Judith Mwila, has attributed unfaithfulness in many marriages to poor foundation of relations. Mrs. Mwila says the reason why people are now able to publicly show unfaithfulness is because their marriages were not built on a solid foundation. Speaking in an interview with Hope News to react on recent bigamy issues at the Lusaka Civic Center, Ms. Mwila said it is morally wrong for a married woman to get married to another man, and it is not a solution to marital challenges couples may be facing. Mrs. Mwila has since called for harmonization of traditional and customary laws with a view of amending them if marriages would be protected. When Mwanga gives us details in this report.
Members of the public were left startled on Monday after a married woman of Lusaka attempted to wed a second husband. This was a second intercepted marriage recorded at the Civic Center in Lusaka. Judith Mwila, a marriage counselor, however, has a word of counsel to married couples.
Why are people doing this and being so openly unfaithful to their spouses? And my immediate reaction to this is that couples are not being truthful to each other. They are not being honest right from the beginning. The foundation of their marriages, some of them, the foundations are questionable. And when a foundation for a serious relationship like marriage is questionable, then we all just have to wait and see. Within a short time, a lot of unfaithful things will start happening. You find that if it's a man, he will have children outside the marriage. If it's a woman, she will have a baby which is not her husband's. So we see a lot of unfaithfulness, dishonesty. So in the foundation of a relationship has to be true love. True love will experience honesty. True love will experience transparency. Whatever the other person is doing, the other one will know. But what we see today is that a lot of people have gone into marriage as a convenience.
Mrs. Mwila has called on authorities to do more, as there may be more illegal marriages that could have occurred in similar instances which did not reach the ears of the authorities. Mwenemianga, Hope News, Sak.
Now, Tourism Minister Rodin Sigumba says tourism is a means of employment opportunity to local Zambians and a very important sector in the development of the country's economy. Speaking during the weekly government media engagement at the Ministry of Information and Media in Lusaka today, Mr. Sigumba said the tourism sector is part of the agriculture, mining, infrastructure, manufacturing, as well as the media and information ministries, as they each play a role in driving the tourism ministry, which is vital in economic development. The minister said the introduction of the School of Hospitality is important for the country, as professional and quality services are required in the growth of the industry. And in order to promote tourism in the country, the Media and Information Ministry needs to work together with the Ministry of Tourism to advertise and market Zambia as a tourist destination. The minister, however, acknowledged that tourism in the country is rather expensive. Hence, the ministry has come up with a domestic strategy to sell domestic packages to locals as a way of appreciating them.
Creating Zambia as a preferred destination simply means that, in as much as everybody else is talking about our grand plan of bringing in 1.5 million international visitors by year end 2023, it simply means that all these institutions, including our sister ministries, information and media and others, should be able to work together to be able to now focus our energies on marketing Zambia as a destination. Now, how are we going to market Zambia as a destination? Not only do you want people to come to Zambia to come and enjoy, which is leisure, of course, but a tourist can only come to Zambia and be able to see what other opportunities exist in this country, Zambia. Now, during the Western Province Expo, we launched the Invest Tourism Zambia campaign, where we identified sites across all our protected areas across the country, within the national parks, within the GMAs, anywhere, any of these institutions that I mentioned, which are housed under the Ministry of Tourism, to give an opportunity for Zambians to create investment opportunities that will attract local Zambians. We realize that our hospitality sector has been ailing for a very long period of time, and that's the reason why I brought up the issue of ZITS. So we in the ministry are looking at, or rather, we are targeting to create the Zambia Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Studies as a school of excellence. So what do I mean by a school of excellence? What we mean is that that particular school should be able to churn out professionals who will be able to service those tourists that we're targeting to get into the country. We have heard the cry from a lot of our locals that Zambia's tourism is expensive, but we're really trying to now understand. We're going to reach out to you to give us an indication of how best you want it to be affordable. Remember, it can only be affordable if Zambia's low middle income earners start to grow. Maybe for 2023, 2024 at about 4.8%. I could invariably say that most of us in Zambia would be able to take a holiday at least once in a year. Now,
this is Hope Channel Zambia, and you are watching the news just now. Let's take a break. We have more stories on the other side. Do stay with us.
There is nothing quite like the thrill of catching your own fish. And at Papino Investments, we bring that experience to you. Papino Investments, the home of live fish, has everything you need to make your meals unforgettable.
It has a different taste, and that is why I enjoy coming to this place.
From live fish that you can catch for yourself to smoked fish, just chickens and beef, we have a wide range of products that will satisfy your shopping needs. And if you're looking for something else, we have a wide range of groceries to choose from, including Hope Channel decorders. At Papino Investments, payment is easy. You can pay with cash or use our mobile money services. Visit us today at Robert's Fish and Veggies Building, Challenge Market, Lusaka, or call us at 0955 108708 or 0976 543822 or 0965 691909. Papino Investments, the home of live fish.
Ignite your June with Topstar. Catch the best of Chipolopolo, series plus many more for only 160 kwacha. Antenna Classic OD Smart. Witness Zambia's Chipolopolo senior team host the Elephants of Ivory Coast on the 17th of June at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in the crucial AFCON qualification match, live at 15 hours on World Football. On the same day, don't miss the must-watch Lesotho versus Comoros, live at 16 hours on Sports Life. And all the other CAF AFCON 2023 qualifiers from the 14th to the 20th of June on ST Sports channels. There is more. Continue to follow the best of series daily on Novella E+, and don't miss the premiere of the new Thai series, The Wife, on the 24th of June, every day at 2040 hours, plus all the latest of Indian movies and series. Subscribe now. Topstar. Enjoy digital life.
The Zambia Adventist Publishing House, ZAP, wishes to inform its esteemed customers, churches, conferences and fields that the distribution of the 2023 third and fourth quarter Bible study guides and other books will commence on the 14th of June 2023. ZAP invites you to join the distribution events to get your copies of these precious resources. The distribution events will run as follows. South Zambia Conference from the 14th to the 23rd of June 2023. Copper Belt Zambia Conference from the 14th to the 22nd of June 2023. Luapula Zambia Conference from the 15th to the 22nd of June 2023. And Northwestern Zambia Conference. The team will be in Solwezi on the 18th of June 2023. These books will enhance your understanding of Scripture and provide practical insights that will transform your life. So please mark your calendars and join to get your copy of these books. For details, call ZAP on 0973 71 4242 or 0977 891095. Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news. Acting Information and Media Minister Makozo Chikote has called on the media fraternity to be ethical as they execute their duties. Speaking during the weekly government media engagement at the Ministry of Information and Media in Lusaka today, Mr. Chikote said he has noted with sadness the rise in unethical behavior among journalists where unverified news is becoming a trend, and has since called on media practitioners to desist from such acts as truth is critical in journalism. He said media plays an integral role in the development agenda of any country as it creates a bridge between government and people by providing a platform for dialogue. He has since urged the media to partner with government in order to create a conducive environment that will enable government to be more accountable and proficient for the benefit of the Zambian people.
While media plays an important role in shaping the public opinion of any country, concerns have been raised over the continued increase in the dissemination of unverified news commonly spread through social media platforms. In this regard, Acting Information and Media Minister Makozo Chikote has called on journalists to critically observe media ethics as they go about their daily duties.
Media plays a very crucial role in shaping the public opinion. Encourage you to promote ethical behavior within your own ranks. Media ethics extend beyond traditional journalism. So it's not because you are a journalist, I just want to inform. You must understand what will be the impact of the information that you are feeding the nation.
Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kennedy Kalunga attributed this problem to the rise in the number of untrained journalists relatively caused by the lack of unity within the sector. He has since reiterated the need for the media to self-regulate, saying government has already provided an enabling environment to necessitate this.
The challenge that is there is the fourth estate themselves are divided. They are divided, you are divided, and this is making a challenge among yourselves. Let's look at the lawyers. They have got their own. The engineers, they have gone. The nurses, they have on. Now today, as we speak, our humble appeal to the media fraternities, who've allowed you, come up. The ministry is there to facilitate what you come up with. Today, as we speak, the media fraternity are failing to come up together, to come up with how they would want to be regulated and bring it forth to the ministry. Come together yourselves, come up with the way you'd want to regulate yourselves. The ministry, through the ministers here, and the government of the New Dawn government, it's ready to allow the media to regulate yourselves.
And Information Director Tawo Kawana charged journalists to guard their profession if the problem of unethical behavior as well as unverified news is to be curbed.
To re-echo my Permanent Secretary's remarks to the media, that you ought to safeguard your profession. You have allowed too many unscrupulous people to be part and parcel of journalism, and therefore are bringing your name into disrepute. Your profession right now is in tatters because of the onset of social media. Nobody will practice teaching who is not a member of the teaching council.
Daniel Chilema, reporting for Hope News in Lusaka.
Let's look at some agriculture news. Climate change is still having a great negative impact on the global face of agriculture, and Kazungula district in Southern Province is not left out, as witnessed in the just-ended Farm Block Agriculture Show in Kanchele yesterday, which had a low turnout of farmers showcasing their produce. Kazungula Town Council Chairperson Mbozi Tatila and Kanchele Ward Councillor Oswald Sia Msundi yesterday attended the Farm Block Agriculture Show in Kanchele Ward, which was held under the theme Inclusive Economic Transformation. Ms. Tatila, speaking at the show, urged farmers to diversify their crops and not solely rely on maize. She suggested that farmers should consider planting drought-resistant crops that are marketable. The council chairperson also addressed the issue of late delivery of farming inputs, which has been a source of concern among farmers. She assured them that government is working to resolve the issue and will ensure that farmers receive their inputs this time around on time.
Ngomutwe iwa muntu ulimi mbowumi wa muntu abo tonsene tukala mu minzi tuchala mali kwindira mu kulima akamba tuchala mali kwindira mu kulima tubereke anguzu
ya influmente taikomene ikwamba kuti bantu tibakatebula kabotu apeta batikatebule kabotu kamba ka fertilizer yakachedwa kamba kuti bonse twachiri kwiya twakajana zintu zinyongene take muntu utayi uno mwaka this year fertilizer yatalika kale kusika The UPND government, led by His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, is committed to transforming people's lives at grassroots level. Done countrywide, regardless of region and tribe. CDF has been enhanced from 1.6 to 25.7 million and now 28.3 million in less than a year from the previous government. Please, let's make use of these funds and access the empowerment that the President has for the people of Zambia.
And finally, now news, Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, Elvis Sinkandu, says government has embarked on an exercise to promote inclusiveness in a bid to conditionalize sport in the country. Mr. Nkandu said athletes in the country have since been called upon to actively participate in sporting activities, regardless of their social and economic status, as government is determined to establish an enabling environment for all to equally participate in sport. He said this can only be achieved if infrastructure as well as recreation facilities in the country are user-friendly also for persons with disabilities. He has since called on the private sector to partner with government in ensuring these objectives are met timely. The minister said this during a send-off ceremony for the Zambian team setting out of the country ahead of this year's Special Olympics Committee tournament set to be held in Germany. He further wished the team the very best of luck as they take part in the competitions, as such ventures demonstrate government's commitment in promoting inclusiveness.
In order to promote and commercialize sport in the country, the government promotes inclusiveness in sports by ensuring that issues of inclusiveness are supported in our communities, by ensuring that all athletes, regardless of their social and economic status, age, disability, are given an equal opportunity to participate in sports of their choice. This cannot be possible without ensuring that all sport infrastructure and recreation facilities are accessible by persons with disabilities. That is very, very important. I am therefore glad that this team we are sending off today reflects government's commitment in ensuring inclusiveness in our sport. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take this opportunity to wish this team going to represent Zambia in the Special Olympics Committee tournament in Germany the best of luck. Indeed, you'll be representing Zambia at this prestigious tournament, and therefore you will be required to be exemplary. And I want to congratulate you also to reaching out to the private sector, to the corporates, so that they also should also play a role the way they have played that role. And that is very, very encouraging. And I want also to other private companies, the corporates, to emulate those that have assisted this group, because this is a special group that every corporate should look forward to assisting. I think that is very, very important. You've been chosen. I'm now addressing you. You've been chosen from a pool of best sportsmen and women, and therefore we expect the best as a country. We are very, very proud of you as you carry the flag of your country, Zambia, very high and market Zambia to the world.
That sporting item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, let's recap on stories that made headlines. Health Minister Sylvia Masebo says the ZAMSA and ZAPA Acts are contributing to delayed delivery of medical supplies in hospitals. Those in exam classes to resume learning next week at the gutted Kapiri Girls Secondary School in Central Province. A family life expert calls on couples to work on marital differences than opting to a second marriage. Government has called on journalists to exercise media ethics and conduct in their duties. The local authority in Kazungula district of Southern Province has called on farmers in the district to diversify crop growing. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright SINKOZI. On behalf of the entire studio and production team, not forgetting our correspondents across the country, George KALIMUKWA has been signing. God bless and bye for now.